Grimes opens up about autism, ADHD, and dyslexia diagnosis. A candid revelation. Grimes, the Canadian musician and former partner of Elon Musk, recently shared a deeply personal health update that has shed new light on her lifelong struggles and challenges. The 37-year-old artist, whose real name is Claire Boucher, revealed that she has been diagnosed with both autism and ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. She also suspects that she may have dyslexia, which would explain the difficulties she has faced with spelling throughout her life. This revelation comes after years of grappling with mental health issues and unexplained behaviors that she now understands in a new light. The Genesis singer took to social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter, on Friday, March 21st, to disclose her diagnosis and reflect on how it has reshaped her understanding of herself. This admission follows a recent plea Grimes made to SpaceX founder Elon Musk, the father of her 3 children, to keep their kids offline and out of the public eye. Grimes' candid post about her mental health struggles has sparked a wave of support and admiration from her fans and followers, who have applauded her for speaking openly about issues that affect millions of people worldwide. Grimes' diagnosis and its impact. In her post, Grimes explained that receiving the autism and ADHD diagnosis as an adult has been a major turning point in her life. For years, she had struggled to make sense of her intense obsessions, unique motivations, and the challenges she faced in daily life. Now, with the clarity that comes from understanding her neurodivergent traits, she feels that her life story finally makes sense. I recently got diagnosed with autism and ADHD, Grimes wrote. It explains so much, my weird obsessions and motivations, the way my brain works, and why I've always felt different. The musician also mentioned that she likely has dyslexia, which would account for her lifelong difficulties with spelling and language processing. I probably have dyslexia too. It makes sense, I can't spell at all without spell check, she admitted. Grimes expressed a sense of relief at finally understanding the root cause of these struggles, but also shared a feeling of regret that the diagnosis had not come earlier in her life. She speculated that if she had been diagnosed during childhood, it might have significantly altered the trajectory of her life and helped her manage her symptoms more effectively. I wish I had known sooner, Grimes reflected. If I had been diagnosed as a kid, I would have probably been put on medication. It might have made things a lot easier for me. Regret over delayed diagnosis. The Oblivion singer opened up about how difficult it was to navigate her early years without the understanding or support that a diagnosis could have provided. Growing up, Grimes often felt isolated and misunderstood, struggling to reconcile her intense creative drive with the challenges of everyday life. She admitted that her weird obsessions and motivations were seen as eccentric or unusual rather than being understood as symptoms of a neurodivergent mind. If I had been diagnosed earlier, maybe my obsessions and motivations wouldn't have seemed so strange. They would have been treated as part of my neurodivergence instead of something I had to fight through on my own, she wrote. Grimes' creative genius and unique artistic style have always set her apart in the music industry, but behind the scenes she was grappling with intense internal struggles. Her diagnosis has now given her the tools to understand and manage those challenges more effectively. Challenges with ADHD and dyslexia. Grimes shared that her ADHD symptoms were especially severe when she was younger, particularly during the time when she wasn't an avid reader. Reading eventually became a coping mechanism that helped her manage some of the more disruptive symptoms of ADHD. However, she acknowledged that her struggles with focus, impulsivity, and hyperactivity were ever-present and often made daily life difficult. My ADHD symptoms were much worse when I wasn't an avid reader, she explained. Once I started reading more, I think it helped me focus and organize my thoughts better. But it's still a challenge. The revelation about her suspected dyslexia adds another layer to Grimes' complex cognitive profile. Dyslexia, which affects the ability to process written language, often leads to difficulties with reading, writing, and spelling. For someone as creatively gifted as Grimes, these challenges may have been particularly frustrating. I've always had trouble spelling, like I literally can't spell without using spell check, Grimes said. It's been one of those things that I've just learned to work around, but now I understand why it's been so hard. Mental health, screen addiction, and dopaminergic burnout. Grimes also addressed the broader mental health implications of her diagnosis, including the impact of modern technology and social media on her mental state. She revealed that screen addiction and dopaminergic burnout, terms that refer to the overloading of the brain's dopamine system due to excessive stimulation from screens and social media, have exacerbated her ADHD symptoms. I think there's a huge percentage of ADHD that's connected to screen addiction and dopaminergic burnout, Grimes wrote. Our brains aren't built to handle this level of stimulation. It's hard to focus when you're constantly getting bombarded with new information and distractions. As a public figure and social media personality, Grimes has had to navigate the challenges of living in the spotlight while managing her mental health. Her openness about the effects of screen addiction and the modern digital landscape resonates with many people who face similar struggles. Parenting and protecting her children's privacy. Grimes' revelations about her mental health come shortly after she publicly called on Elon Musk to protect their children's privacy. The couple shares 3 children, X, a 12, nicknamed X, a dark sidereal Musk, Y, and Technomechanicus, Tau. Grimes has expressed concern about the intense media attention surrounding her children and the potential impact on their mental health and well-being. I just want to protect them from all of this, she said. Growing up in the public eye is hard enough without having to deal with the added pressure of being part of such a high-profile family. Her concerns reflect a growing awareness of the impact of social media and public exposure on mental health, particularly for children and young people. Grimes' decision to speak out about her own mental health struggles is part of a broader effort to create a more supportive and understanding environment for neurodivergent individuals. Public support and the path forward. Grimes' candid admission has been met with an outpouring of support from her fans and the broader neurodivergent community. Many people have praised her for her honesty and vulnerability, highlighting the importance of normalizing conversations about mental health and neurodivergence. Thank you for sharing your story, one fan wrote. It helps so much to know that someone as talented and creative as you faces these challenges too.